Okay, so apologies in advance for the clickbaity title, but I think it is quite relevant to this video. Now, in my opinion, you should actually feel bad if you use these sort of Bic lighters or any other disposable lighters, because one, they're bad for the environment, and two, you're wasting your money. So again, there are some practical purposes for sealable Bic lighters, so of course if you actually need a lighter that's properly pressurised and sealed and everything, go right ahead. But this is for the people that just, buy these to smoke cigarettes or whatever and, are causing a lot of harm to the environment. So let's go over the fact that they waste you a lot of money first. So these are designed not to be refillable. The whole point is that when you've used a Bic lighter or a similar disposable lighter, you go out and buy another packet. And the economics on these are not good. If you look up how much it costs to buy a pack of Bic lighters, say, compared to something like the cheap clipper lighters, and then you look at, buying a can of butane gas, these clipper lighters being refilled with butane will last much longer for your money than if you buy a pack of these, basically. So it's a false economy buying these. Now, my big complaint with these is they're not really recyclable. Loads go into landfills, and as you know, we have a big problem with plastic waste ending up in the oceans or wherever else, and it doesn't degrade. Now, if you want to get a lighter, why not get something that saves you money and is a lot cooler in the long run? So you've got plenty of options, obviously, if I've gone through these in videos before. I bought this one recently. I'll need to repair this, but this is an old, very retro metal lighter. Works in a similar way to a Zippo. You fill it up with liquid fuel at the bottom. Then obviously I need to replace the flint in it because it doesn't strike. But it would work the exact same way as Zippo works, but this is very cool, so when I repair this will definitely be worth a video. So again, if you wanted to, you could just get something like a clipper, and there's lots of options of jet lighters and whatever else. Or what you could do is get something classic like a Zippo or an Imco, which is, when it lights, because I did refill this earlier, there we go, a really robust, cool looking, a bit art deco, sort of old fashioned lighter. And the point is that you get something like this, it will last for ages, you can keep refilling it, it saves you money in the long run by quite a lot, compared to getting disposable lighters, and you're not harming the planet as much. Whereas if you're buying disposable lighters and they're plastic, as I said, they're just going in the oceans and landfills. So that's not good, so you probably should feel bad if you're actually buying disposable lighters and just chucking them away, because you are causing a waste problem. And as I said, you're wasting your money in the process. And this brings me on to a bit of a rant how things used to be built to last. This Imco is probably like 40-50 years old, it still works. Yes, now and again you'll have to replace parts on it, but they're very cheap to replace. Like the flints, things like that. Again, it's not going to cost you much money. You can normally use Zippo parts for these and they work absolutely fine. Whereas again, if you're using disposable lighters, you're just going to bin it, aren't you? And that's, I think, a whole problem with the culture we have of throwing stuff away anymore. Nobody builds anything to last. Things like this are much higher in quality. They look a lot cooler. And again, you're doing everyone a favour, really, if you use lighters like this, not, cheap disposable ones, which lose you money and they damage the environment. So yeah, get something like this, please.